Welcome to United Report, your daily hub for all things Manchester United. From breaking news to transfer talk and match updates, we've got every red covered. If you live and breathe United, hit subscribe and join the family. Glory, glory, man United. It's one of the wildest transfer sagas of the summer. Viktor Gyökeres, who looked set for Arsenal, has now made a dramatic U-turn. The Swedish goal machine wants a reunion with Ruben Amorim, and Manchester United are suddenly in pole position. But with Sporting demanding £86 million and United needing to sell, can this reunion actually happen? Let's break it all down. Viktor Gyökeres has put Manchester United into pole position for his signature. The Swedish hitman has U-turned on making Arsenal his priority, reopening the door on a reunion with Ruben Amorim. Gyokeres, 27, is at the heart of the summer's messiest transfer saga. He is desperate to leave Sporting Lisbon, having scored 54 goals in 52 games last season. Gyokeres wants to test himself in one of Europe's biggest leagues, but hasn't found clubs rushing to knock down his door. Sporting insist they've not had any offer put their way, while club president Frederico Varandas has accused the player's agent of falsely claiming the club would accept £59 million to sell the player as part of a gentleman's agreement. The Gyokeres camp believes Sporting are asking too much money, with claims they're asking for fees totalling £86 for a player who has scored 97 goals in 102 games since moving to Portugal from Coventry City 2 years ago. As such, there's been a major falling out among the two parties and claims that Gyokeres won't return for pre-season. But Gyokeres isn't getting the interest he perhaps felt he would this summer. He turned down the prospect of a move to Saudi Arabia last month. Al Hilal made a £55 offer that was rejected by Sporting, but Gyokeres made clear he had no intention of moving to the Middle East, wanting to continue to compete in Europe. Real Madrid have made clear they don't want to spend big money to take him to the Bernabeu, as they seek a backup number 9 in the mould of former striker Joselu. Liverpool have been linked in recent days, but the Premier League champions have no interest in the Swede. Juventus have been linked, but the Italian side aren't flush with cash and no bid has been forthcoming, while Bayern Munich have Harry Kane and Paris Saint-Germain boss Luis Enrique isn't keen, nor is his former club Barcelona. That has left Arsenal and Manchester United front and centre, and the belief had been that Gyökeres' number one choice was a move to North London. The Gunners can offer Champions League football and a likely title challenge next season. But while new sporting director Andrea Berta has been testing the waters with the Gyokeres camp and Sporting, Arsenal's preferred number 9 option is RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko. A 60 million deal is at this stage most likely for Arsenal and the RBL forward. As such, Gyokeres is increasingly aware that his best bet this summer may be to reunite with former boss Amorim, and intermediaries have made contact on the player's behalf to signal he is ready to join the Premier League underperformers. However, he may have to play a waiting game with United too. Matthias Cunha is already through the door at Old Trafford, and Brian MBEUMO is expected next, but United must offload before they can spend big again. United are open to selling pretty much any member of their first team squad if the right money is offered, but they're particularly keen to quickly get rid of Alejandro Garnacho, Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho, none of whom are part of Amorim's plans. They're hopeful that Real Betis will present an acceptable offer for Antony sooner rather than later too. Then United will be back pushing to land the number 9 that has been earmarked after last season's dire campaign. And Gyokeres is finally ready for that to be him. Marcus Rashford dreams of swapping Manchester Red for Barcelona's iconic Blaugrana, but United aren't making it easy. After a lone revival at Aston Villa, Rashford wants out of Old Trafford and has set his sights on La Liga giants Barcelona. Talks have already taken place, but major issues remain, from his massive wages to United's firm 40M price tag. With Barca pushing for a loan and Rashford even sending a public message while on holiday, could this saga end with a last-minute breakthrough? Let's dive into the full story behind this summer's most unpredictable transfer. Marcus Rashford could be about to find that his wishes and those of Manchester United are not aligned as a dream move to Barcelona becomes a possibility. Both United and Rashford are on the same page over his departure from the club in the summer transfer window. But the nature of that exit is where the sticking point lies. Rashford has made it clear that he is keen to join Barcelona ever since concluding a long spell at Aston Villa. While his brief loan spell at Villa ended in injury, Rashford still managed to revitalise his career with 4 goals and 6 assists in 17 appearances. That suited United, who have made it clear that Rashford does not have a future at his boyhood club. After a falling out with Ruben Amorim, the 27-year-old has his heart set on a move to Barcelona, and his representatives held talks with the club in late May over the potential move. However, there are a few difficulties that must be overcome if Rashford is to get his move to Barca. First of all, his $325,000 a week wages at United, where he is under contract until June 2028, are too steep for Barcelona, who have struggled with La Liga's financial rules in recent years. Then there was Barca's move for Athletic Bilbao winger Nico Williams, who now looks likely to arrive in a 50-man move this summer. Williams and Barca's standout player last season, Rafinha, play on the left of attack, which is Rashford's best position. Barca boss Hansi Flick reportedly believes that rather than playing off the wing, Rashford could become a backup to Robert Lewandowski as a number 9. Lewandowski scored 27 La Liga goals to help Barcelona beat Real Madrid to the title season, but will turn 37 in August. Another problem is outlined by The Times, who report that United want 40 million for Rashford, while Barca are preparing to make an offer of a loan deal. His impressive form for Villa has strengthened the club's resolve that he is worth £40 million and that could scupper a move to the cash-strapped Catalans. United still have 68 days left until the transfer deadline on September 1st, so could draw out the negotiations. But they will be acutely aware that they could accept a loan deal on the condition that Barca pay Rashford's wages, a clause that would save them around £17 million over a year. Rashford has been working on his fitness by himself, but has issued a clear plea to Barca. Speaking while on holiday in Marbella, he was asked by Spanish YouTube channel Xbayer whether he wants to play with Barca wonderkid Lamine Yamal in the future. "Yeah, sure, everybody in the world wants to play with the best," the forward replied, "so hopefully we'll see." Paul Pogba has finally spoken out about those Monaco transfer rumours, and his words might surprise you. Reports claimed the World Cup winner had agreed a 2-year deal with Monaco, taking a major pay cut to return to League One. But now on Sergio Aguero's podcast, Pogba insists he hasn't signed anything. With interest growing, could he really return home, or is a shock move to Boca Juniors in Argentina still on the cards? One thing's for sure, Pogba's next chapter is heating up fast, and we've got all the details you need. Paul Pogba insists he hasn't signed anything amid reports the ex-Manchester United star is about to join Monaco. The Frenchman has been out of the game for nearly 2 years due to a doping ban and is looking for a new club. Most recently, he had been on the books at Juventus, but the Italian side have shown no interest in bringing him back for a third time. Pogba is now into his 30s, but has proved to be hugely talented throughout his career, even if consistency has evaded him. Monaco, who are in the Champions League, are ready to take a put on the World Cup winner, with Le Parisien reporting last week that Pogba was set to join the League One side on a free transfer after agreeing a 2-year deal. They claimed he had made significant financial sacrifices to secure the deal. It would be a huge boost for Monaco, with Pogba potentially returning to his homeland for the first time since leaving Le Havre in 2009. However, the player has come out and poured water on the idea of heading to the Riviera. He said on Sergio Aguero's podcast, "La Casa del Kun, I haven't signed anything, but there's interest. We'll see." Pogba has also flirted with the idea of heading to South America to play with Argentine giants Boca Juniors, citing their fans as a huge draw. He said, "In life, you never know. I love the people who went to see Boca's match at the Club World Cup. It's crazy because I went to Marseille, which is hot. Naples is hot, but Boca, I've never seen that in my life." The Frenchman's career is yet to hit the heights that were once expected of him. He first hit the heights when he left Manchester and excelled at Juventus, which prompted those at Old Trafford to spend a club record fee to bring him back when Jose Mourinho was in charge. However, his 6 years in Manchester were hugely inconsistent, and after claiming 2 trophies in his first year, he failed to pick up any more silverware. He returned to Juventus when his contract expired, but the old lady were not the force of old, and his stint was somewhat underwhelming. Pogba did previously underline his desire to again play for Les Blues during an interview with Sky Sports. He said, "I hope it is in my mind for sure. I have to be ready for that. There are players who deserve to play, and I have to win my place back. I'm ready to fight."